Welcome back. This is Dan Havey with CF Ninja Hacks, and in this video I wanted to show you how simple it really can be to create an accordion for your frequently asked questions. Now you could come in here and you could make the question part of this here, you could make it a button, and then you could use ClickFunnels built-in functionality of being able to hide and show things when you click on a button. And that would work just fine in this case here, but we'd have to create two buttons and then hide a button and show a button along with the content hiding and showing, and you don't really have the effect of being able to scroll it up and down. So with realistically about 2 lines of JavaScript code and a little bit of CSS, we're going to get this all handled. So for the first thing I want to do is I want to come in and I want to create our elements. So in this case here we have a row, so we have a section here, we've got a little bit of a header, then we have a row, and inside of that row we have a headline element. So let's just open up that headline element. And so we didn't even select a font. We got a font size of 42, text of white. We got our icon color here of red. And then when we go into advanced, the only thing special here is we did pick an icon and we got the chevron circle icon. Let me just even see which one this is. Chevron, so is this one right here? So chevron right, I guess it would be. So that's the element we have right there, the icon that we have. And what we're going to have happen is once we click on the upper element here, the text element, we're going to have the lower text element slide down, and this icon is going to rotate. And those the lower text elements are all hidden. And so they're all hidden right here. I'm not going to open them all up, but we do have them hidden here. And again, it's just basic text element or paragraph element, put in your content, and away you go. So let's just go back in. Well, actually, let me go into the elements here, and we're going to hide these elements. But then you're also going to see that I gave each one of these a data title. So the top one here, the first one, we're going to give that a data title of question. The second one doesn't even need a data title, but I figured I'd give it a data title of answer just to keep things consistent here. And so then we can come in here, we can see, as always, how we can put in our data title. Make sure you click update to save it. And that's all you have to do to build out the entirety of the section. So you got a couple rows, you got a couple of elements. Make sure you put in your icon, give it the color that you want, and then give everything, all of the first headline elements, give them all the data title of question, just like you saw right here. So now the only thing we have to do is add a little bit of JavaScript and a little bit of CSS. So let's come into our tracking code. And again, let me just kind of pull this over to the side. And so all we're going to say here is when somebody clicks on any one of these headline elements that has the data title of question, when somebody comes along and they click on that, we want to do 2 things. We're going to slide toggle the next element. Remember, the next element was the text element for the answer. So here we got our question. The next element in our HTML, in our DOM tree, is going to be the answer. So let me show you what this looks like if we're looking at it from the standpoint of in the code. What we have here, what we created is we created our headline here with a data title of question. And then below it, we created our other headline with the data title of answer. And what we're saying in the code is that when somebody clicks on question, let me see if I can get this to close. There we go. When somebody clicks on question, we're going to say this would refer to what was just clicked on. So in this case here, it would be the data title here of question. And it's saying when somebody clicks on this element, because the this refers to the element that was just clicked on, we want to go to the next element, and next always refers to the next sibling element. So again, these 2 are sibling elements because you can tell, if for no other reason, then they are right on the direct same line like this inside of this column. So the next sibling element is our answer here. So it's saying when somebody clicks on answer, when somebody clicks on question, go to answer, and we want to slide that down over half a second. So a slide toggle does a hide show. So if it's hiding, it shows it. If it's showing, it hides it. But it's also going to slide down from the top, and it's going to slide down over half of a second. Okay, so then we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to say this. So again, somebody clicked on question. Question becomes the this. It becomes this is the thing we just clicked on. We want to find inside of this element that was just clicked on. We want to go in there and we want to find an element that has a tag of I. So in this case here, if we open this up, we clicked on question right here. We want to come inside of question and come down until we find this I tag right here. And that I tag, of course, is I for icon. And what we're going to do then is we're going to tell this icon that we want it to rotate. In order to make it rotate, we have to add a class to it. So when we have it rotate down, it's adding the class. When it rotates back up, it is removing the class. And so we can do an add remove with a toggle. So we're just going to toggle the class on and off. And the class, I just called it rotate. So we come down here into our style section down here. I could have put this into the custom CSS, but I wanted to just keep it all here on the same page. So we said here we are going to have our class of rotate. And for our class of rotate, we are going to use the transform property, and we're going to tell it to rotate 90 degrees. So it's just going to start from this way, and it's just going to rotate down, point down to the bottom. And it's going to do that with a transition of 5 seconds. So just flip right down there over about 5 seconds. Let's see what we got here. So there we go. It's rotating 90 degrees. And then also what we want to do then is we have to have it transition back to its original state. So I just have to remember that is once we rotate it the 90 degrees, when we click it, we're removing that class. So when we click it the first time, we're adding the class of rotate. And when we click it the second time, we're removing the class of rotate. And so as it comes back and it rotates back that 90 degrees, we want to have that occur as well over half a second. So we got to give the transition to the original question that we clicked on. We want to give that also a transition of 0.5 seconds. And of course, this property right here, or this declaration, refers to every single one of the questions, not like up here where it only refers to the particular one that we clicked on. So let's just save this and let's take a look at it one more time. I'll reload the page, make sure everything's still working fine. And as we click on it, it slides down, the icon rotates, and we do it back and forth. Get a very nice smooth scroll. And it realistically took, we'll call this 3 lines of jQuery code and a little bit of CSS. So that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, let me know.